we welcome you live into Scyamore High School, where Lakota East is set to play against the Scyamore Aviators. Lakota East coming into this game 5-3, got a big win last week against Coleraine in their home stadium. Scyamore trudging into this game, sitting at 0-8 on the year, getting blown out versus Lakota West 56-0 last week. Ethan, I'm Beck Lucas up here in the booth, or not really in the booth, we're actually outside for this game alongside Ethan Lennon. Ethan, what do you have for us in this game?
Coming into this matchup, it's definitely a very differing look that we're seeing by both of these teams. Like you already mentioned, Lakota East is 5-3, which generally looks really good, but these have been games that they've lost all in pretty dramatic fashion so far. In that loss to Princeton earlier this year, along with the loss to Middletown and the very, very close one against Mason. But they're coming into this game after a very big win against Coleraine, and they're going to want to do it again here tonight. They're coming in. Their offense is hot. A big notable guy, Ryder Hooks, had a great week last Friday. 321 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and an 80-yard pick six. And this offense is going to be looking hot tonight. We're going to be seeing a lot of fun plays here.
Yeah, like you said, Ryder Hooks coming off the best game probably of his career, most definitely of his career. 321 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground, and he also tacked on an 81-yard pick six, 5 total touchdowns, over 400 all-purpose yards. Just absolutely dominating performance from Ryder Hooks, and a lot of people think he can do it again against this very weak Scyamore defense, who is at the bottom of the barrel on both offense and defense. They give up the most rushing yards, they give up the most passing yards, they throw for the least amount of yards, and they run for the least amount of yards. Hard to think that this game is going to end up being close. We will have to see. Anything could happen. Remember last year, East went into Coleraine, should have been a surefire blowout, eked out a 5-point victory. Nonetheless, though, John Kitna definitely getting his guys ready. One more week, and then you got to go play Lakota West. Kitna's yet to beat West. This is 3rd year at the helm at Lakota East. So definitely a game where he's going to want to get his guys right, build that confidence leading into the biggest game of the year. It's going to be a fun one. 36 seconds to kick off. Scyamore will receive the kick, so A.J. Fitzstevens is going to trot out to kick this one away.
Cody's coming in here, getting ready to kick off, and I'm seeing a lot of energy down on the Scyamore sidelines. This is a team that they are definitely down, and one would even say they're out, but they're still out here. They're going to be having fun tonight. Even if this game is something that is not what Scyamore fans are going to be wanting to see coming in against a high-power Lakota East team, with John Kitna getting into quite the groove so far. And he's finding himself, he's finding his footing, having a lot of improvements these last 2 years over his premier first season with Lakota East. As we know, they did not do all too great then. But last year and this year, there have been a lot of improvements made, a lot of younger students coming up and taking on big roles. Notable players that we had as sophomores back when John Kitna started, now being seniors.
So Fitzstevens will kick this one away. We apologize for the camera issues. We'll get those fixed. Not quite the camera angle we want for you guys, but it'll be returned and taken up to the 28-yard line by Brady Egan. So Ty Thomas in this Scyamore offense will go out there. Ty Thomas, number 15, their junior quarterback, coming into the year with just 3 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, has not had a good year. Last week, only completed 6 of his 14 passes for 45 yards. Didn't throw any picks, but he did have a fumble. In the backfield there is Thomas Suggs. Only got 2 carries last week. Looking to see a lot more action in this one. See as Thomas takes a snap, trying to look for somebody downfield. On the very first play, he is brought down for a sack. Dalton Cheney gets one to start.
Fantastic move getting in there right away by Dalton Cheney and Cody Doyle, two sophomore players coming in. They're starting their seasons and starting their football careers on varsity. And these have been two guys putting in a lot of work. As we saw, they've been doing great so far this year. Dalton Cheney being a big member of this defense only as a sophomore, putting up numbers so far, and as we just saw, getting that sack on the first play of the game.
Yeah, East doesn't have too many sacks compared to some of the other GMC teams. Want to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback in this one. They think they can do it as flags will fly. Ref signals that it is on East. So they will push the ball forward. So take away the sack yardage. Still second down. Will stay second down and 10. Was called offsides. Thomas could drop back ahead to Evan Leader on the outside. Hooks can't make the tackle. Leader hits the sideline, brought down out of bounds by Beckett Bush. It'll be a 7-yard run, but it'll bring up third down.
Nice blocks by the Scyamore guys out wide right. Able to get past Ryder Hooks and Carter Jones before getting pushed out of bounds by Beckett Bush, giving him overall a 7-yard gain to make it 3rd and 3. Smooth play there, bring up some yardage to make this a very manageable third down.
Already a third down situation for the Scyamore offense. They find themselves in a lot of third down situations. I'll have to see what they go with here. They go right up the middle to Evan Leader again, who's going to burst for the first down. Picks up about 5, but it will move the chains for Scyamore.
Scyamore coming in here on their senior night. Definitely going to be seeing a lot more of this run game. They're going to want to keep things on the ground and keep things safe. Like we've mentioned before, Ty Thomas has more interceptions this year than touchdowns. So they're going to want to play conservative and keep the run game going tonight. Make sure they don't turn over the ball before they need to.
No turnovers is a must if Scyamore is going to want to keep this game competitive. They'll go to Leader again, who gets another hole, but tackled down hard by Beckett Bush. But so far, good blocking from this Scyamore offensive line, finding holes for their guy Evan Leader, who has not gotten a bulk of the carries for this season, but has gotten a lot in the last game and the game before that. Actually, I believe that is Zachary Branham, not Evan Leader. I saw the 2-6. I saw the 2-6 instead of the 1-6. Branham is actually listed as a quarterback, just a sophomore. He's this team's leading receiver and rusher, taking on a lot of workload. It's credit to him. He's had a couple of nice runs. It is now Suggs in the backfield along with Ty Thomas. Thomas will hand it to Suggs, still keeping it on the ground, but tackled short of the first down by Dawson Reap. Hard tackle from Dawson Reap. It'll bring up another third down. But with short yardage, the way Scyamore's been running on this first drive, going to be hard for East to stop them.
It's definitely going to be a lot of running tonight. Like I said, they're going to be bouncing it back between Thomas Suggs and Zachary Branham. They're going to be trying to keep this ball on the ground because East's passing defense has so far been putting up great numbers this year, and they're going to try and continue to do that tonight. So Ty Thomas, I believe, he's rushing passing yards, are going to be pretty limited here.
Yeah, I want to keep the ball on the ground. Like you said, Thomas will keep it himself this time, though. Fires for the first down. It is caught from Trenton Meadows. A nice grab that time. Good decision from Ty Thomas. Just go short, pick up the first down, and again move the chains for Scyamore.
Nice getting in there by Ryder Hooks to get that tackle down right away, making sure we don't get any extra yardage on that one.
Yeah, Ryder Hooks had a big game last week, we've already said. Plays really good running back, but talking to John Kidney, he says he could be an even better defensive back. Just an all-around type of athlete, as Thomas is going to hand off the middle to Suggs again, and this time Suggs doesn't get much, going to pick up about 2.
Ryder Hooks is definitely one of those players where you're going to be seeing him, and he's going to be popping up in your stat sheets on both sides of the ball. You can have players that play both ways, like Braxton Thurman, who I believe was listed out as a running back at one point, but now is sticking strictly to DB. But Ryder Hooks especially has just been a star on both sides of the ball this year.
So now Thomas on a 2nd down and 9. Gives it to Branham again. Doesn't get much. This is Scyamore's first 3rd down and long opportunity of this game. So East finally buckles down on the run. Most likely forcing Thomas to throw on this down. They hurry up to the line, trying to catch this East defense off guard. Everybody will get set on time, though. Cody Doyle was close to jumping that time, but stayed back. Thomas now audibles his guys, sends Branham out into the slot. Aiden Purdue, the linebacker / tight end, now goes into the backfield with him. You'll hear Purdue's name a lot on defense. He is Sycamore's leading tackler. Thomas is going to drop back, though, throw it to the outside, and dropped.
Thomas's pass intended for number 8, Tommy Hawk.
Dropped by Tommy Hawk, starting tight end, who played a lot last year. That one hurts if you're Scyamore. He could have had a run after the catch, was close to the 1st down, but could not haul it in.
Good attempt by Tommy Hawk, the senior tight end, to try and get up there and get that snag, but Ty Thomas's ball just a little bit too high there. Could not really get up to snag that, even though Tommy Hawk, 6'2", 210.
It was Scyamore, really nothing left to lose in this season. Don't want to punt. Will stay out there on 4th and 9, and Thomas has a lot of time, throws for a 1st down, and a nice catch that time from Trenton Meadows. Or Deontay Smoot that time. Smoot only has 13 catches on the year, but a nice catch that time and a nice throw from Ty Thomas.
It's a good play there, good pocket awareness by Ty Thomas. He noticed some of the pressure coming outside by Carter Fosnov and Dawson Reap, but he stayed calm and composed and was able to get that ball out for the 1st down, putting themselves in East territory at the 33-yard line.
Thomas now has Branham in the backfield with him. He will give the carry to him, trying to find a hole, bounces it outside and gets hit hard by Cole Miranda and Carter Jones. Still, Scyamore is finding holes. Their O-line is getting a push. It'll be a 3-yard run, bringing up a 2nd down and 7.
East defense here is going to have to be kind of careful. They don't want to have a repeat of what happened with Colerain last year, where you go in to face a team that you're thinking isn't a threat, and you get a little too comfortable, and that other team ends up finding their footing and finds a way to get going. And that's a little bit of what we've seen this 11-minute drive so far by the Aviators, moving the ball pretty well.
8-minute drive, only 12-minute quarters in high school, as Branham finds another hole and pushes for a 1st down. Some life being found in this Scyamore Stadium on the home side. Didn't score a single point last week against West. This run game finally giving these fans something to cheer about.
Definitely. And seeing some of the moves that Scyamore has been able to make so far, they've been moving the ball very well so far. And this is giving you a little bit of worry if you're an East fan, because this is supposed to be an East defense that can go on par with Lakota West. And if Lakota West was able to stop them for no yards, and this is happening already,
and
you just gotta
another
watch out.
penalty, it'll be offsides again on East.
Against the Aviators, be a loss of 5.
Oh, false start on the Aviators, which caused one of the East players to jump, had me confused, but it will back Scyamore up 5 yards. So now a 1st down and 15 for Ty Thomas. Suggs is in the backfield, just 5'7", only averages 1.7 yards a carry, just 180 yards on the season, just 1 touchdown coming in their first game. They will hand it off to Suggs. Cole Miranda comes up from his safety spot and hits him right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go that time for Thomas Suggs.
Cole Miranda has been doing a great job this season of coming out of the safety spot and getting up past the O-line to get these stopped plays, making it a 1-yard loss for a very hefty 2nd and 16 here. And I think that's what is nice to see from Cole Miranda. And it's just the fact that he's able to apply pressure even when he's expected to be covering deep.
You see him all the way back in that free safety spot. Ryder Hooks on the other side playing strong safety. Thomas going to drop back now, fire to the middle of the field. Tommy Hawk could not bring it in once again. Cole Miranda might have had a chance at an interception, but he was more focused on the tight end rather than the ball. That is twice now that Tommy Hawk has been targeted and could not bring it in. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 16.
Definitely a lot bigger of a deficit here, but we know Sycamore's offense is still going to be going for it, and they're still going to be trying to fight even with pretty bad down position here. 3rd and 16. They converted on 4th and 9 earlier. So I believe even if they don't get it all the way, they're definitely going to be going for it again on 4th.
You see Suggs in the backfield with Thomas. Thomas takes this drop back. Under a lot of pressure, going to step up. PJ McFarland right on his heels, though, and will bring him down short of the 1st down. Could see Scyamore go for it. It was a nice job from Ty Thomas to step up and get as many yards as he could, but it could also trot out the field goal unit. It's going to bring up about a 4th down and 8. Players looking to the sideline. What's going to be the call from the coaches here?
Well,
Thomas looks like he wants to stay out there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like you said, they don't have anything to lose at this point. If they go for it on 4th and 8 and they don't get it, that still puts East deep in their own territory. I mean, I would be surprised if they didn't go for it here.
Yeah, I want to keep Ryder Hooks out, staying off the field as a running back as much as you can. Timeout called that time from Lakota East. We will step away for just a moment.
Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Scheiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown. The Thunderhawks struggled to get...
We welcome you back. Scyamore still in their huddle. At East had to call a timeout on this upcoming 4th down and 8. Scyamore is going to elect to go for it. Don't want to settle for 3 after a very successful first drives, by their standards at least. Ty Thomas in the backfield with Thomas Suggs. He'll go under center now. Trying to get East to jump off sides. They won't get it. He'll take a timeout. We'll stay with you through this one. So Scyamore did not want to run a play that time, just trying to get East to jump off sides and get a free 5 yards, make their 4th down a little easier, but East stayed disciplined, did not do it. They will trot out Daniel Bond to attempt the field goal. He's perfect on the year so far, 3 for 3 on field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points. He is also their punter, averages 31.5 yards per punt. Just a sophomore. Gonna be lined up close to the left hash mark. Branham is out there to hold.
Scyamore student section really hyped up already. They're excited to see that even that they're getting a field goal unit out here, they're still going to hopefully get some points up on the board with this one.
And they killed a ton of clock. Cole Miranda got in there and blocked it. It's picked up and taken down. Braxton Thurman on the recovery, but what a play from Cole Miranda to get the block. He did it earlier this season, and he does it again.
Fantastic move there. Great show of athleticism by Cole Miranda to get out and dive to block that kick. Like you said, that's the second time he's done it this year, and for Scyamore fans, that was a sad one to see. They were out here knocking on the door. They were thinking they might even just take 3, and we might have even thought they were going to try and go for it all. But Cole Miranda says nope and blocks that field goal attempt to make it 0 and put East on their own.
What a way to take the wind out of your sails if you're Scyamore. Here's the man of the hour. Ryder Hooks on the outside. Gets close to a first down. A lot of people think he's going to have, could even have an even better week than he did last time out against Coleraine. You got to give credit to Scyamore. They shaved 11 minutes on their opening drive, trying to keep East's offense off the field as much as they can. They probably know they're outmatched, not going to be able to stop them too much. 3 points would have gone a long way for them, but heck of a play from Cole Miranda to block it. Now you come out of that 11-play drive with no points. Knutsen's going to drop back now and fire deep down the field to Jaden Say, trying to adjust for the catch. Almost gets it, but good coverage that time from Brady Egan.
Pass intended for number 1, Jaden Say.
It'll be an incomplete pass, so now Knutsen starts 0 for 1 in this game.
As I mentioned earlier, now Knutsen is definitely trying to test his arm a little bit more as these weeks go on, and playing against Scyamore is a great time to be doing it.
Screen pass now to Carter Jones, who gets a lot of good blocks and will pick up a first down. It's about to the 50-yard line. Carter Jones adds on another catch, having an amazing year. Leads the team in catches, yards, and receiving touchdowns as just a junior. Excited to see what he can do next year when he becomes a senior. He goes into motion, hands off to Ryder Hooks on the same little play. Ryder Hooks with a burst of speed. Ryder Hooks breaks a tackle. It's a foot race to the end zone. Ryder Hooks cuts it back. Touchdown, Ryder Hooks.
Touchdown.
And already showing why he is on Ohio Player of the Year watch list. Already 6-0 for Lakota East.
What a fantastic play by Ryder Hooks, and great blocks by Carter Jones as well. He was able to get in there and stop the guys on Scyamore from getting to Ryder Hooks. And after that 11-minute drive from Scyamore, the ability to get into the end zone and score after just a minute is fantastic.
Fitzstevens stays perfect on extra points and boots that one up and through. Already a 7-0 lead for Lakota East. So Scyamore on their opening drive shaves 11 minutes, and East still scores in the first quarter. 4 plays, 77 yards, took 51 seconds. Give a lot of credit to Ryder Hooks, already having a 51-yard run. He is the leader in the GMC in rushing yards. He looks primed for this West game. I mean, you could not be in a better spot right now if you're Ryder Hooks.
Definitely. Ryder Hooks is going to be going into West next week. West is going to be coming to Lakota East to play this game, and it's going to be a fantastic matchup. Both of these teams have had great flashes of offense so far, especially Lakota East, as we've said so many times this year. Ryder Hooks showing why he's one of the best running backs in Ohio, and for sure the best in the GMC. This has been what a fantastic year for him so far, especially last week breaking the Lakota East one-game rushing yard record.
Fitzstevens will kick a line drive. Going to be fielded at about the 4-yard line. He will elect to take it out, but spun down from Simeon Ray before he even reached the 10-yard line. Scyamore is going to be backed up deep in their own end.
Scyamore is definitely having a lot to fight for tonight on offense. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. I would be surprised if they even had a play drew up. They're just going to try let this run down and have things flip around, because this is the second time they've been backed up way deep in their own side of the field, making it obvious how they've had that first 11-minute drive so far. I believe they're going to take a while on this second one here as well.
And you see why they wanted to grind out these drives. He scored in just 51 seconds. Thomas in the backfield with DeMonta Burton. He will hand off to Burton. Burton got a lot of the carries last week, but nowhere to go that time. Dawson Reap, Carson Schroyer, Beckett Bush, all three of those guys there to wrap him up short. That will be the end of the first quarter. Your score, 7-0 Lakota East.
Hey Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Shiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown. The Thunderhawks struggled to get the offense going, falling 27-6 to the Middies. With the loss, the Hawks advanced to 4-3 on the season. Defensively, Cole Miranda led the defensive tackles with 8, while junior Braxton Thurman brought in a big pick. That loss drops the Thunderhawks record to 4-3, but gives the Hawks motivation heading into their next big matchup this Friday against Colerain at 7.
Moving on to our other fall sports. The volleyball team has been putting in a tremendous amount of effort playing the
We are back. Ty Thomas and this Scyamore offense backed up deep in their own end. Branham's in the backfield. He'll give the carry to him, or Thomas will keep it himself, trying to get what he can up the middle, but meets Carson Schroyer at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a tackle for loss on Ty Thomas, bringing up a 3rd and 11. So this East defense definitely adjusted after that first drive, not letting any running lanes open up for Scyamore.
Definitely. This East defense is trying to impose their will here. If they can stop the run, they can stop this Scyamore offense entirely. And I'm believing that's what we're already starting to see. These guys have been filling in the gaps that Scyamore's been giving their runners, and it's been giving them great opportunities to push them back and put them in a position like they're in right now.
Thomas will drop back on 3rd and 11. Want to watch out for a safety. He will be sacked. We'll have to see the spot. They're going to say he was down at the inch line. Don't know how beneficial this is rather than a safety, because you got a punt now from right there. Going to need really good protection coming up to stop East from blocking this punt or getting in a lane. And even if you do get the punt up, Braxton Thurman's a dangerous return man. He can take this back. A terrible spot if you're Scyamore. We'll have to see what happens.
Scyamore's punter almost lined up in the, almost out of the end zone here.
Yeah, that's Daniel Bond checking his feet to see if his heel is touching out of bounds. Bond will take it. Bond will kick it quickly. A solid punt. Going to land at about the 25-yard line, but takes a bad bounce for Scyamore. So East will be set up just 6 yards away from the red zone.
Fantastic. It was a good decision by Braxton Thurman and just let that bounce and trying to run up and go for it. A lot of Scyamore bodies in there to try and stop him if he does get that. He could have gone for the fair catch, but like we saw, they bounced back forward to put East on the 27-yard line. And with how quickly they scored last time, they have the opportunity to get two, maybe even just one play drive here to get back into the end zone.
Definitely want to keep giving the ball to Ryder Hooks. Just keep letting him eat. They'll fake the screen pass give, and then they'll give it to P.J. McFarland on the outside. Indiana commit walks out of bounds after getting a first down. PJ, the second on this team in receptions, second on this team in yards, having an amazing year so far. 31 catches, 369 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He's been a major threat for now Knutson to throw to. Good to see him getting going early. Knutson outside to Jaden Say, trying to find his blocks. Jaden Say gets spun down at around the 8-yard line. So we're seeing a lot of screen passes early from East, and that's their bread and butter. That's what they do best.
Jaden Say is definitely not the guy that we've been hearing a whole lot of this year, but when they get the ball to him, he has good ability to keep moving. He's a tall, lanky receiver, and he's able to get moving around on the field. And he's been a consistent guy for Lakota East, even if they haven't been getting him the ball as much.
Knutson will drop back on second down, gets it on the outside to Jaden Say, and he will dive for the pylon and get the touchdown. Tack on 6 more for Lakota East. Jaden Say gets his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Nice move there by Jaden Say. It's definitely a close one there. I was almost kind of leaning to try and see where that was going. But that was nice diving in on the side there, hit the pylon, but still managed to sneak in that touchdown. Put East up 13, soon to be 14.
We will be repositioning the camera at halftime, so you will not see anybody walking into frame. Fitzstevens boots that one through, pushed this score to 14-0 Lakota East. Fitzstevens will stay out on the field to try to do the kickoff on the very next play. Scyamore going to have to do anything on the next offensive drives to stop this game from becoming a blowout.
AJ Fitzstevens, man, he's been on varsity for 2 years now for his freshman and sophomore year as their kicker. Last year he replaced Tyler Gruber for the starting spot. He was okay on kickoffs, good on extra points, and finding his footing for the field goals. But as he comes into his sophomore year and has been playing it out, he's been making a lot of big improvements on his kickoffs and is so far still perfect on extra points, showing why he has put in a lot of hard work to maintain this starting spot. East having 3 potential kickers here with Tyler Gruber, AJ Fitzstevens, and even Bailey Bacher.
Fitzstevens will kick this one away. Meadows will elect to hit the end zone, so they won't be backed up inside their own 10-yard line this time. Push it out to the 25-yard line. Ty Thomas is going to have to find anything to get this offense going.
Definitely. I mean, Ty Thomas has been trying his best here. As we saw earlier, he was trying to get the ball out to Tommy Hawk, but both of those were incomplete passes over his head a little bit. The running game has been working the best they could have it here. They had a really good drive there, and they were knocking on the door there at the very end, but a good goal line stop by East's defense put them in their place, followed up by the blocked field goal by Cole Miranda to make it a scoreless first quarter by Scyamore.
Meadows will hurry off. Branham in the backfield with Ty Thomas. They'll give it to Branham, and he will be hit before it even hits the line of scrimmage, brought down for a loss of about 1. So nothing doing for Scyamore. Thought they maybe could have been able to tire this East defense out after that first drive. Lasted 11 minutes, got all the way down the field, but East has woken up and realized what they can do against this weak Scyamore offense. Scyamore definitely going to have to shake things up.
Scyamore's definitely here doing whatever they can to show that they even still have a chance at this football game. There's a lot of hope in that first drive, but as we've continued, that hope has started to sputter out a little bit.
Thomas bobbles a snap. Now he's going to have to find somewhere to throw. Chased down by Carter Jones, barely gets the ball away. Carter Jones almost brought him down for a major sack.
There is a flag on the play.
Is a penalty marker down? We'll have to see what it's on. Could be holding on Scyamore.
Call is intentional grounding against
They will call intentional grounding on that play. Very interesting call there. Definitely thought he was outside of the pocket, or at very least scrambled outside enough to be able to throw that ball away.
I mean,
Nonetheless, it will back up Scyamore even more.
yeah, and this is a really poor position for Scyamore here. Like we saw before, last time they got pushed all the way back.
called against the Aviators. It's from the spot of the foul. He lost it down.
I believe they're going to put them on the 2-yard line here. Really rough spot. If they keep getting pushed back, they can put themselves in the position of a safety. And once it gets to 4th down here soon, they're going to have to try and punt it because that's the only option they have. And as we saw last time when they had to punt, their punter was almost out the back of the end zone, which is something you just can't have.
Did get the punt away, but did not go very far.
Definitely.
Ty Thomas now in his own end zone back there with Damian Barton, or DeMonte Burton. They will give it to him. Finds some holes on the outside, gets to the outside, tries to juke up for Cole Miranda, but it's hit, but the ball comes out. East tries to fall on it. They will say it rolled out of bounds. It will stay Scyamore football.
Even with the fumble, I mean, if you're going to fumble the football over by the sideline, it's the place to do it. That ball goes out of bounds. It's considered dead ball, and the East defense just didn't have a chance to get to it before it rolled out, putting the Scyamore Aviators at a much safer spot here for the punt. Hopefully going to give their guy a little bit more time to get the ball out, see if they can get some better distance on this one.
Yeah, Bond averages 31 yards per punt. Braxton Thurman back to the return. His last punt did not go well, just a 26-yarder. Bond gets this one away. This one a lot better, but it will head out of bounds. East will still be set up in Scyamore territory to start their drive. Knutson will trot on out there after just throwing a touchdown pass to Jaden Say.
East offense coming right out back here already. And we were saying earlier that Scyamore was going to try their best to keep the East offense off the field because in the state that they've been playing, every time they're going out there, they're going to be scoring. But as we've seen, they've been out here numerous times, been out here twice, and both of them have led to touchdowns. Only a couple minutes into the second quarter, and here we are again. Getting a little bit of deja vu right now.
Carter Jones goes out. It'll be a screen pass to Ryder Hooks. Ryder Hooks, the burst of speed. Ryder Hooks still breaking tackles and carries defenders all the way into the end zone. One play touchdown for Lakota East. And this game is already developing into a blowout.
Ryder Hooks is definitely not the first guy you think of if you think of a big body running back. Only 5'9", but he's fast. He's able to get away, and he's able to break tackles too, as we just saw, carrying people with him into the end zone. And as we saw with his first one, once he sees open grass, you might as well just start the scoreboard.
But Stevens boots that one through. Your score pushes to 21-0. Like you said, Ryder Hooks, no, he is not the tallest guy, but man, he breaks tackles like he's Derrick Henry. Nobody can bring him down when he gets into open space, especially when he has a burst of speed. You have to slow him down to try and bring him down. Man, Ryder Hooks is a special player. He's one of the reasons East has had so much success this season. Love to see him just exploding these last 2 weeks. Gonna need a performance like this against Lakota West, though, if East wants to come out on top. 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Definitely a great performance so far on both sides of the ball for Lakota East. This is showing great skills, great athleticism by our players. They've been able to hold Scyamore to nothing pretty much. Holding them in their own side of their field every time of their drives but once, showing up to be that Lakota West It's going to be coming into a pretty hot territory next week. Going to be a great game to watch.
Fitzstevens gets this one away. Will be returned from Trenton Meadows. Meadows being chased down from Simeon Ray, but breaks through. It's about a 15-yard return up to the 16-yard line, brought down by Simeon Ray. Ty Thomas will trot out once again.
Good return there. Got them up to the almost at the 20-yard line here. This is the farthest they've gotten so far with their first drive, getting a good-looking return, but it got brought back by an unfortunate holding call. And then on their second return, got pushed back to, I believe, only the 4 or 5 yard line, putting Scyamore in a really tough spot. They're a little bit more comfy here, still deep in their own territory. It is 1st and 10.
Kickoff shaves 6 seconds off the clock. He'll hand it to Branham on the outside. Chris Leverett can't quite get him with the arm tackle. He'll be pushed out of bounds after about a 7-yard gain. He'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
Good ability to run here by the Scyamore offense. They've been maintaining the confidence that they're trying to keep here. And even with how this game is going, Scyamore is going to try their very hardest to get in the end zone some point during this game. One-on-one out on the far left.
They'll give it to Branham again, who gets stood up by Dawson Reap and Ryder Hooks. Will not get enough for the first down.
Branham with the carry.
They will give it to him, so move the chains for Scyamore.
See a little bit of frustration there by Trenton Meadows out on the far left. I mean, he was out there one-on-one coverage by Braxton Thurman, and Trenton Meadows is only 5'10" as they trot him out there again. But going up against Braxton Thurman, you're seeing one-on-one coverage, and you're hoping you can get something out of it.
Almost got Carter Fosnov to jump. He'll stay back, though. Branham will get another carry. Fights for everything he can. Pick up just 2.
Definitely going to be a very running-focused game here tonight. That's what Scyamore is trying to keep here. Passing hasn't been great all year yet, but they're just going to try and stick to what they've been able to do, and they've tried to do their best with it. As we've mentioned earlier, Ty Thomas has 3 touchdowns on the year passing and 5 interceptions. Definitely not what you love to see, but we're going to be hoping to see a little bit more feist out of this Scyamore passing offense.
East's last away road victory was week 1 against Centerville. They've won every home game, lost 3 away games. This double handoff end around that goes absolutely nowhere. Everybody on East defense ready for that one. But East, 3 straight away losses. Trying to get back in that away win column with this one, and it's looking good so far, 21-0. Apart from that first drive, this defense has really settled down and found their footing and have just dominated Scyamore's offense. And you got to credit a lot of that spark to Cole Miranda blocking the early field goal. Ty Thomas will bring it up 3rd down and 11 now for the Aviators. Suggs in the backfield with him. Thomas drops back, gonna fire deep down the sideline to absolutely nobody except Ryder Hooks, who gets his 2nd touchdown of the year. Ryder Hooks up the sideline, trying to run it back again, and he does it again. 2nd week in a row for a pick 6 for Ryder Hooks.
What a fantastic play by Ryder Hooks. Got it at the 40, got past 1 block, and ever since he was gone. 2nd pick 6 by Ryder Hooks in just 2 weeks. What a guy. I mean, Ryder Hooks, we've always known he was a fantastic running back, but as we've been seeing, and as we heard from Coach Kitna, he's playing great at DB, and this field performance is proving that more than we'll ever need to see.
Moving with so much confidence. He's dominated on the ground. He's dominated on defense. Ryder Hooks is the MVP of this Lakota East team. What a way to show out for his senior year. He's been that guy since he was a sophomore. You just wondered if he could keep developing, keep adding on to his skill and prowess. Man, did he do that every single year that he's been at East. He's just gotten better. And finally, his final year, he has just been balling out.
Ryder Hooks definitely having two greatest weeks of his career so far. Last week against Coleraine and here against Scyamore. As Lakota East has been trucking through these last 2 weeks, Ryder Hooks is coming here, hopefully seeing some scouts out here for him, trying to pick up some more offers maybe before the end of his senior year, because he's one of those guys of talent where regardless of if he has a big team coming for him, he's going to go into his collegiate career starting in 2027, and he's going to be ready for it.
Yeah, no, not committed anywhere just yet. Still holding out to get better offers, and they should be pouring in soon. As Tyler Gruber will kick this one away. A high kick for Trenton Meadows, who will return it. Trenton's one of those guys who has a lot of speed, but doesn't get quite as much as he wanted, only up to the 20-yard line. So Ty Thomas will be back deep in his own end once again. Coming off, fresh off a pick six to Ryder Hooks. We'll see what Scyamore draws up.
Coming back out here, Ty Thomas in the Scyamore offense. They're trying their best here just to keep a little bit of confidence out on the field. Ty Thomas throwing his 6th interception of the year to Ryder Hooks now. He's trying his best to just keep this Scyamore offense on their feet. And we're going to have to see here as this game goes on if he can do that. They're wanting to get a drive similar to that first one, even though they weren't able to capitalize on it. They're trying to have at least a spark here.
Well, all they did on that drive was run, and they've been trying to do it as Branham will get the carry again, but East has just been ready for it every single time since that first drive. And if you're Scyamore right now, already down 28-0 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter, it's been a lot of the same, a lot of that all year. How do you rally the troops? I mean, how do you get guys hyped to still want to compete in a game like this? It's hard to do, and it's been the story of Scyamore football all year. A lot of the fans, a lot of the players probably saying, here we go again. As Thomas stays in the backfield with Branham, junior quarterback, sophomore running back. Thomas will give it to him again, but Beckett Bush is right there at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't let Branham pick up much. It'll be another 3rd down for the Aviators.
Taking a look here, the bottom 2 teams of the GMC, Coleraine and Scyamore. We look at Coleraine, I mean, they're a team that even if on paper they're 1-7, their one win this year against Scyamore, you're looking, they're going into rebuild mode. I mean, Roman Garr, their starting quarterback, is just a sophomore, currently, as of right now at least, leading the GMC in passing yards. He's having a great season, also plays basketball. Great athlete there. But Scyamore, they're coming in, and they have a lot of older guys on this team, and there's not a whole lot of hope here.
Well, Thomas is going to get out on a screen to Branham. A nice play that time. Brannon will pick up a nice first down, tackled by Ryder Hooks, but it is a first down pickup on 3rd down and 11. Nice play design that time from Scyamore to get Branham into space. While Scyamore may not have much hope for the guys on this roster currently, their 8th grade team has been playing great this year. Next coming year, Scyamore could turn this team around and become winners again. But right now, they are not. Ty Thomas stays back there with Branham. He will hand it to Branham, who just picked up the first down. Carter Fosnov was right there. Hit by him and finished by Beckett Bush. It'll be a 1-yard pickup, though, and now a 2nd down and 9.
Branham's taken out for the senior, DeMonta Burton. Scyamore is definitely going to keep running here. And with DeMonta Burton, he so far has 103 yards and a touchdown on this season. They're going to want to make sure they're not running one guy too much, because if you do that, you're not going to have everybody be like your Ryder Hooks, where you can run him 80 times a game and he'll be fine. It just has to come down to keeping your guys healthy.
Well, Ty Thomas trying to look for somebody downfield. Flags fly as he goes absolutely nowhere, swallowed up for a sack. Carson Schroyer, Dawson Reap, Carter Fosnov, all guys that got in there that time. It'll be a loss of 1. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Putting Scyamore in a compromising position here. But I've noticed ever since I believe week 3 against Mason, Lakota East's rushing defense has been in a state of mind where they've been able to keep the rushing to a minimum. And we've definitely been seeing a lot of that here out of Scyamore. We saw it with Coleraine, we saw it with Middletown, and even Fairfield the week prior. East's rushing defense making a lot of improvements so far, especially with a lot of these older guys here, Carson Schroyer, Carter Fosnov, and Dawson Reap. And even some of the younger guys like Cody Doyle and Dalton Cheney, both pushing towards being full-time starters, especially Cody Doyle out on the left edge of the D-line. Been getting great time and great experience so far.
It was holding on East. It will bring up a 2nd down and 1 now. So instead of 3rd of 11, it is 2nd and 1. They'll give it to Branham, who gets stuffed. Actually, that is Burton that gets stood up and lifted off the ground. Short of a 1st down, loss of about 2, so 3rd down and 3 now for Scyamore.
Something you got to watch out for. If you're a team that wants to run it and you don't have the capability or the O-line to run it every play, you're going to have your guys that you're sticking in at running back. They're not going to be having fun, and that's kind of what's happening to Scyamore here. They're having a big rotation here of guys coming through and running for them. And if you keep doing that, if Burton, if any of them get too much attention they're running, and if they keep running into their O-line and even the D-line here, they're not going to want to play running back anymore. That's not a fun way to play the game, by being stuck behind your own line of scrimmage the entire time.
Scyamore will take a timeout. We will step away. There's just 52 seconds left in this 2nd quarter. We'll have to see if Scyamore is able to do anything with this drive when we come back.
Hey Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Shiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown.
We welcome you back now to Scyamore High School. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 after the 2-yard loss from DeMonta Burton. Ty Thomas signals Thomas Suggs, senior running back, to go into the backfield with him. Thomas fakes the give to Suggs. Thomas going to go to the middle of the field and dropped by Trenton Meadows off the fingertips. Too high of a throw from Ty Thomas, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Would not be surprised to see Scyamore stay out there.
Definitely not surprised that Ty Thomas has been a little bit tricky on the limited amount of times he's been able to throw the ball. everyone so far, at least the 3 that I can see, or maybe even 4, sorry, have either been overthrown or we saw the one deep pass attempted. I don't even remember who that was going to, but it ended up being caught by Ryder Hooks for a pick 6. They've been able to keep the passing game to pretty much nothing so far.
We'll get you some scores from other games going on. Lakota West is beating Oak Hills 14-6. Middletown is up on Hamilton 3-0, and Princeton is beating Fairfield 14-0. So a lot of what we expected. Princeton seems to be rolling in the GMC right now. Their game against Middletown, last game of the season, if Middletown is able to beat Hamilton, will be for the GMC title. So that will be a fun one. Alongside that game next week, Lakota East playing Lakota West. West on top of Oak Hills. You might thought Oak Hills, the way they played last week against Princeton, Oak Hills almost upset Princeton. That game ended 30-27. So a lot of hope that I had for Oak Hills to be able to maybe beat West, but not happening so far. West taking care of business in Oak Hills, I believe they're playing 14-6 that game. So both this East and West team are going to go in next week with wins if they're able to hold on to their 2 games. But in this one so far, it's been all East, or should I say all Ryder Hooks, like we expected. A pick 6, 2 rushing touchdowns. Sounding a lot like last week from his stat line. 48 seconds left in this game. Scyamore is going to elect to punt. Could be a smart move. You don't pick up this 4th down on offense, East has a really easy chance for a touchdown. They'll try to push East farther back. This time, not a good punt from Daniel Bond. It'll take a slightly good Scyamore roll, and East will have the ball at the 27-yard line with 40 seconds left. With how explosive this offense is and how weak this Scyamore defense is, we could see one more quick touchdown from East before halftime.
Definitely. I mean, most teams, especially in high school, you come out here on offense, especially on your own 28-yard line. I mean, you're thinking there's not a whole lot of hope, but Lakota East playing Scyamore with such a high-powered offense, especially with the one and only Ryder Hooks, 40 seconds is all you need. You can get down the field as quick as you need to, and East, especially still having 2 timeouts before the end of this half, they can impose their will and do whatever they want here.
Yeah, 2 timeouts to go. Knutson fires it underneath to Ryder Hooks. Getting chased from behind. Ryder Hooks gets to the outside. Ryder Hooks, man, he has a lot of speed. Pushes it to the 40-yard line in Scyamore territory. East will most likely take a timeout. They will. That play shaved 14 seconds off the clock, though. Ryder Hooks was able to push it farther. Knutson gets to the line quickly. It looks like they are just going to spike it, so East will save a timeout, actually. Clock stops on 1st downs. Good job from this East team to get up there quickly. The refs throw a flag.
In the backfield.
I believe he picked it up, though. Or no, they will bring it back. Don't know. Not quite sure what the call was there. They signaled delay of game, but I'm not quite sure how that could have been a delay of game. If anything, they got to the line too quickly. 24 seconds showing on the clock. They might have signaled that East called a timeout. I believe they did, actually. Yes, East, timeout East. 24 seconds left. Refs do come together to talk about it. As good as a play that was from Ryder Hooks, it might have shaved too much time off the clock, actually.
I was a little bit worried watching that play. I mean, Ryder Hooks was only a couple yards away from Knutson when he made that throw. He was surrounded by the Scyamore D-line, but he got himself around, ran back, and took him off up the sideline for a great gain regardless.
24 seconds, Hooks is on the sideline. Knutson fires it out to Carter Jones, who makes a nice catch. Jones tries to get it out of bounds. The ref signal, he does. So clock stops at 16 seconds. East pushing even deeper into Scyamore territory. Hooks will check back into the game. East will save themselves from having to use a timeout. Great awareness from Carter Jones to fight to get out of bounds after making a nice catch. Good throw from now, Knutson 2 on the outside. Knutson drops back, fake to give the hooks. Gonna fire to the end zone or not to the end zone. Out of bounds goes Jaden Say. Hard to see from my vantage point. Another nice grab from Jaden Say. That's his third of the game. So East inches closer to the end zone. Now at the 10-yard line with 11 seconds left and a timeout to use. We'll have to see what they go with here.
Expecting what we like to see a whole lot of down in this position. Rider hooks right up the gut.
BJ McFarland goes into motion. Knutson a lot of time in the pocket. He will get sacked, but credit to the last two plays. Guys getting out of bounds. It saves East a timeout. So they can still try and trot out their field goal unit to tack on 3, which they will. So couldn't quite push it to the end zone. Knutson tried to do what he could.
Got wrapped up by Cole DeMiros. First time that Lakota, now Knutson's been pressured tonight. He's had all the time he needed in the pocket, and up until just now, his passing game has been very clean. No interceptions, no fumbles tonight, and he's been able to get his guys the ball and get things moving. And then we've seen a little bit more tonight, actually. Jaden Say getting the ball 3 times, 2 for monumental plays to get close to the end zone, and 1 being that capitalizing touchdown that put East up there at the end of the first quarter.
Gruber will be on to kick the field goal. Tyler Gruber has not missed a kick all year. Fingers crossed I did not just jinx it. His kick looks up and good. Time ticks away as East tacks on 3 more. Your score at halftime, 31-0. As these teams will go into the break, Scyamore gonna have to shake things up in the second half. East just rolling right now. We'll see you when the second half starts.
and you're so scared because you're like, you don't know who you're going to compete against. It's all random. It's a good way to get better at talking.
What do you do at competitions?
You basically go against another team, and it's based off this one topic that is given out before the competition, where you each research and pick out your points. What side drawing is decided during the actual match by a coin flip, and then whoever has better points wins.
Why did you join speech and debate?
So when I was a lot younger, I was really good at talking to other people and I was so confident. But then as I got into high school, those skills just like disappeared. I just got so anxious all the time. But I feel like this club was a good way to rekindle that sort of fire, had me like talk with other people and just share my mind, because I'm very passionate about what I think and what I believe. So this is a good outlet for me.
I'm Elizabeth Tilly Vernon, and that's this week's club highlight. Back to the desk.
Hey Hawks, this week's club spotlight is on Gardening Club. They're all about growing plants, building community, and bringing some green to Lakota East. What is the mission or purpose of the Gardening Club?
Lakota East Garden Club is a student-led club that empowers students to make a difference in their community through gardening.
Can you tell us about the favorite project the club has worked on?
Yeah, last year we did my favorite project in the club. Last October we painted miniature pumpkins for our Halloween meeting, and with some cool different designs, we put those around the school, just to increase the seasonal spirit around the school and get ready for the Halloween season.
Wow. What's one reason the students should join the Gardening Club this year?
Students should join Gardening Club to learn how to be good stewards of their community and learn how to give back through service projects and learn just a little bit more about gardening.
Who's seeing the vision here? Who's seeing the vision here?
Hey, I'm Elizabeth Tilly Vernon, and this week's club highlight is FCA. I have leader Max Clue with me. Max, what is FCA?
So FCA stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It is a global organization where athletes can come together in community and just build in their faith and learn more about Jesus every day. So at meetings, we do worship to start. So we have 2 worship songs where we just get together and sing. And then we'll have a message by one of the leaders of FCA. And then after that, we have small groups where we all come together and just be able to build community with each other. We meet in room 200 at 7:15 a.m. every single Friday, and then every second week of the month we have breakfast in the senior cafe at the same time on Fridays at 7:15 a.m. See you guys there.
That was this week's club highlight, and I hope to see you guys on Friday at 7:15 a.m.
So the first question is, what was your favorite childhood TV show?
Low key, Gravity Falls was fire.
Gravity Falls, okay, that was tough, okay.
What was your favorite childhood cartoon?
Elmo. Probably like Dora or Octo Buddies.
Okay, that's okay. Dang, I haven't heard that in a minute.
I think mine was Lab Rats.
Mine was definitely SpongeBob.
Probably SpongeBob.
All right.
SpongeBob.
Probably SpongeBob.
I would have to go with either SpongeBob or Bubble Guppies.
Okay, that's a cool choice. Okay.
And what was your favorite childhood toy?
I have a lot of Squishmallows, so probably one of those.
Stuffed animals fire.
Probably like Legos. Or like the Hot Wheel cars, or like the cars from Cars 2, Cars 1, like the movies is fire.
Oh, those like color by numbers.
My Barbie Dream House and the American Girl doll.
Mine was definitely Barbies.
My favorite childhood toy was probably my Barbies. All my Barbies.
Barbies.
What's your childhood snack, favorite childhood snack?
Favorite childhood snack? Loki gotta be the blue Doritos, bro.
I liked apples and caramel. Actually, yeah.
All right. That's a good snack.
Snack?
Yeah.
Oh, those yogurt and the Go-Gurts? Yeah.
I liked applesauce a lot.
I like goldfish.
I would say cereal, any type. That was my favorite, yeah.
Those little puff things, like the baby puff things.
Cheez-Its.
Hey, Scooby Snacks. Scooby Snacks were underrated.
Okay, that's rare. Appreciate y'all for letting me ask y'all some questions.
My name is Max Clute. My name is Luke Mickelson. And we are former students of digital media and content creation.
I was able to transform my ideas through digital media and content creation by putting my ideas into an actual reality.
Content creation's easily been my favorite class I've ever taken at Lakota East. We've done some great projects, some of my best projects ever, such as a shot-for-shot remake of Revenge of the Sith, 2 short films, and a music video featuring Lucas Decker. Shout out.
Not only can you pretty much film whatever you want, but you can also perfect your craft in editing through Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and other specific licensed companies that aren't normally offered by other classes.
And now we're going to show you some of our favorite filming locations that we've ever filmed at last year. Starting off with our first location, we got the Aux Gym. We filmed our one and only music video here. It was pretty great. Had a good time.
And here is the wrestling room, where we filmed all of our short films for MMA fighting, where you could do the same.
And here's the Lakota East hallways, where we interviewed countless people, such as Tyler David Meadows, the new Division I athlete at Kent State.
And this is the broadcasting studio, where you can film countless podcasts, record songs, and even do voiceovers with your friends on your projects.
But this is truly where all the magic happens, in Mr. Bach's classroom. You take the SD card that you filmed all your stuff with, plug it in the computer, and you go to work with your editing. So if you're interested in taking content creation as a class at Lakota East, stop by room 243 in Bell 3. You'll see me in the capstone class with Lucas Mickelson.
Thank you guys for watching.
Hey Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Scheiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown. The Thunderhawks struggled to get the offense going, falling 27-6 to the Middies. With the loss, the Hawks advanced to 4-3 on the season. Defensively, Cole Miranda led the defensive tackles with 8, while junior Braxton Thurman brought in a big pick. That loss drops the Thunderhawks record to 4-3, but gives the Hawks motivation heading into their next big matchup this Friday against Colerain at 7.
Moving on to our other fall sports. The volleyball team has been putting in a tremendous amount of effort playing the big GMC rivals, the Mason Comets. All other fall sports have been grinding out games as we approach playoffs. With each team season in full stride, there have been a lot of players worth looking out for. Senior boys soccer goalkeeper Alejo Munoz has surrendered 0 goals on the season. This past week, women's soccer took over the field against Lakota West and came out on top, winning the game 3-1. This season, Bailey Bacher is near the top of the GMC in goals and points.
Now let's switch gears to golf. The Thunderhawks have been locked in this week. In the divisional round at Pipestone, Lakota East boys golf had a strong showing. They ended up finishing 8th as a team, and individually Brody Hayes shot a 72 in districts, finishing 10th overall.
Last week, girls golf played in the sectional round of the state tournament at Walden Ponds, placing 2nd, led by sophomores Jen Schmidt and Sydney Fan. The girls are playing in the district round this week at Pipestone.
Moving on to a big commitment. Junior left-handed pitcher Noah Milburn celebrates his birthday and commitment on the same day by heading to the 4-time national champions Arizona Wildcats, a top 10 program in the country. Bear down, Millie.
So that's your preview for Lakota East Athletics from October 4th to October 10th, a close loss against Middletown and a big game coming against Colerain.
I'm Weston Glass.
And I'm Madeline Scheiper.
Keep your Thunderhawk spirit loud, and we'll see you tonight under the lights.
For this week's club highlight, we're highlighting Speech and Debate Club. It meets every Wednesday after school in room 228 with Mr. Warren. Why should someone join Speech and Debate Club?
I feel like it's so helpful with improving your talking skills with other people. It's like when you guys get to that room, it's so stressful and you're so scared because you're like, you don't know who you're going to compete against. It's all random. It's a good way to get better at talking.
What do you do at competitions?
You basically go against another team, and it's based off this one topic that is given out before the competition where you each research and pick out your points. What side drawing is decided during the actual match by a coin flip, and then whoever has better points wins.
Why did you join speech and debate?
So when I was a lot younger, I was really good at talking to other people and I was so confident. But then as I got into high school, those skills just like disappeared. I just got so anxious all the time. But I feel like this club was a good way to rekindle that sort of fire had in me, like talk with other people and just share my mind because I'm very passionate about what I think and what I believe. So this is a good outlet for me.
I'm Elizabeth Tilly Vernon, and that's this week's club highlight. Back to the desk.
Hey Hawks, this week's club spotlight is on Gardening Club. They're all about growing plants, building community, and bringing some green to Lakota East. What is the mission or purpose of the Gardening Club?
Lakota East Gardening Club is a student-led club that empowers students to make a difference in their community through gardening.
Can you tell us about the favorite project the club has worked on?
Yeah, last year we did my favorite project in the club. Last October we painted miniature pumpkins for our Halloween meeting, and with some cool different designs, we put those around the school, just to increase the seasonal spirit around the school and get ready for the Halloween season.
Wow. What's one reason the students should join the Gardening Club this year?
Students should join Gardening Club to learn how to be good stewards of their community and learn how to give back through service projects and learn just a little bit more about gardening.
Who's seeing the vision here? Who's seeing the vision here?
Hey, I'm Elizabeth Tilly Vernon, and this week's club highlight is FCA. I have leader Max Clute with me. Max, what is FCA?
So FCA stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. It is a global organization where athletes can come together in community and just build in their faith and learn more about Jesus every day. So at meetings, we do worship to start. So we have 2 worship songs where we just get together and sing. And then we'll have a message by one of the leaders of FCA. And then after that, we have small groups where we all come together and just be able to build community with each other. We meet in room 200 at 7:15 a.m. every single Friday, and then every second week of the month we have breakfast in the senior cafe at the same time on Fridays at 7:15 a.m. See you guys there.
That was this week's club highlight, and I hope to see you guys on Friday at 7:15 a.m.
So the first question is, what was your favorite childhood TV show?
Low-key, Gravity Falls was fire.
Gravity Falls, okay, that was tough, okay.
What was your favorite childhood cartoon?
Elmo. Probably like Dora or Octo Buddies.
Okay, that's okay. Dang, I haven't heard that in a minute.
I think mine was Lab Rats.
Mine was definitely SpongeBob.
Probably SpongeBob.
All right.
SpongeBob.
Probably SpongeBob.
I would have to go with either SpongeBob or Bubble Guppies.
Okay, that's a cool choice, okay.
And what was your favorite childhood toy?
I have a lot of Squishmallows, so probably one of those.
Stuffed animals fire.
Probably like Legos.
Or like the Hot Wheel cars, or like the cars from Cars 2, Cars 1, like the movies is fire.
Oh, those like color by numbers.
My Barbie dream house and the American Girl doll.
Mine was definitely Barbies.
My favorite childhood toy was probably my Barbies. All my Barbies.
Barbies.
What's your childhood snack, favorite childhood snack?
Favorite childhood snack? Loki gotta be the blue Doritos, bro.
I liked apples and caramel. Actually, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good snack.
Snack?
Yeah.
Oh, those yogurt and the Go-Gurts? Yeah.
I liked applesauce a lot.
I like goldfish.
I would say cereal, any type. That was my favorite, yeah.
Those little puff things, like the baby like puff things.
Cheez-Its.
Hey, Scooby Snacks. Scooby Snacks were underrated.
Okay, that's rare. Appreciate y'all for letting me ask y'all some questions.
My name is Max Clute.
My name is Luke Mickelson.
And we are
former students of digital media and content creation. I was able to transform my ideas through digital media and content creation by putting my ideas into an actual reality.
Content creation's easily been my favorite class I've ever taken at Lakota East. We've done some great projects, some of my best projects ever, such as a shot-for-shot remake of Revenge of the Sith, 2 short films, and a music video featuring Lucas Decker. Shout out.
Not only can you pretty much film whatever you want, but you can also perfect your craft in editing through Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and other specific licensed companies that aren't normally offered by other classes.
And now we're going to show you some of our favorite filming locations that we've ever filmed at last year. Starting off with our first location, we got the Aux Gym. We filmed our one and only music video here. It was pretty great. Had a good time.
And here is the wrestling room, where we filmed all of our short films for MMA fighting, where you could do the same.
And here's the Lakota East hallways, where we interviewed countless people, such as Tyler David Meadows, the new Division I athlete at Kent State.
And this is the broadcasting studio, where you can film countless podcasts, record songs, and even do voiceovers with your friends on your projects.
But this is truly where all the magic happens, in Mr. Box's classroom. You take the SD card that you filmed all your stuff with, plug it in the computer, and you go to work with your editing. So if you're interested in taking content creation as a class at Lakota East, stop by room 243 in Bell 3. You'll see me in the capstone class with Lucas Mickelson.
Thank you guys for watching.
Hey Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Shiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown. The Thunderhawks struggled to get the offense going, falling 27-6 to the Middies. With the loss, the Hawks advanced to 4-3 on the season.
We welcome you back to Scyamore High School. Your halftime score, well, nearing the end of halftime, your score is 31-0. Lakota East has dominated in the first half, like a lot of people thought they would, especially I thought they would. Scyamore has just had no answer for this East offense. They've been throwing it around the park. They've been running it everywhere. Ryder Hooks has been amazing on the ground and on defense with a pick six. Scyamore and their offense, Ty Thomas has struggled through the air. They had stuff going in the first drive, but nothing doing after that. This East defense has really locked down. Take you around the GMC for other halftime scores. Mason is leading Coleraine 21-7. Middletown only up on Hamilton by 3. Princeton up on Fairfield by only 14 at halftime. So Fairfield putting up a good fight against them. Princeton's quarterback has returned and has been playing. And West up 17-6 on Oak Hills. So barring a collapse from them and an even greater collapse from East, both of those teams will go into that East-West game at 6-3 for a chance at the number 3 spot in the GMC. Rest of this game about to be coming up. Minute 22 left before we get kickoff going. East will receive the kick. What else did you see in that first half, Ethan? Anything jump out to you?
What jumped out to me is East came into Scyamore tonight they knew they were playing the 0-8 Scyamore Aviators. They knew that they weren't coming up against a strong team here, and they've been playing like it. Putting up 31 points in the first half is exactly what we expected to see, and I believe we're going to have an even stronger performance, because just think, Scyamore's first drive took up almost the entirety of that first quarter. So just think what East will have with the powerhouse they are running right now in 24 full minutes of football to play in the second half.
Yeah, big chance for Ryder Hooks to up his stats a little more. He's been running like crazy. 20 seconds before we get kickoff going. Excited to see now Knutson and the rest of this East offense comes out here. Excited to see probably a lot of backups going to be playing as well. AJ Skoog could get some action. We'll have to see how the second half pans out. Don't want to come out flat. I mean, you already dominated the first half, but this is your last half of football before you play Lakota West. Want to go out with a bang. Want to build as much confidence as you can before the big game.
Definitely.
You will see as Daniel Bond will come out to kick for Scyamore.
Definitely, GMC is definitely looking a little weird right now. I mean, seeing it, one thing I'd like to point out is the game we had a couple weeks ago, Lakota West versus Fairfield, how Lakota West barely lost that matchup. And now coming and seeing how Lakota West is doing and seeing how Fairfield is doing makes you think what happened at that game that gave Fairfield the ability to win it. It's definitely going to be a great matchup next week. Both of these teams, like we've said numerous times, going to be 6-3. Will be a fantastic match of football.
Cannot wait to call that game. We will be doing a pre-game show out on the field before that one. We'll partner up, me and Ethan up here in the booth. We'll partner up with the West broadcasters, bring you pre-game and analysis for that game. Ryder Hooks will take the kickoff. Ryder Hooks could be dangerous, doesn't get a lot of kickoff returns, but he will bring this one up to the 35-yard line, and Niall Knutson and the rest of this East offense will trot out there. I mean, they scored almost all of their touchdowns in under 2 minutes on every single one of their drives. Scyamore has not had an answer for the explosive big playability from this East offense.
And quite frankly, they haven't had a whole lot of answer for the Lakota East defense either. East has been able to get into the pocket and get Ty Johnson every time, and it's caused a whole lot of commotion on this Scyamore offense.
Carter Jones comes out in the Wildcat, and PJ McFarland does not get the handoff cleanly. It looks like Ryder Hooks did manage to fall on it, though. We'll see how far back they spot this football. But not the first play you wanted to have to come out in this second half.
Just a little bit of a slip up there. Carter Jones messed up. The Lakota East here, just to prevent themselves from having these small errors, they got to make sure they don't shoot themselves in the foot here, because those are the kind of errors that you can't see yourself having in a game like this. Because even if you're playing a low-powered team like Scyamore, you have to make sure that you aren't giving them any freebies.
Man, Marley Pickard came close to picking that ball up. Knutson will fake the give to Ryder Hooks and scrambles out to the right. Jaden Say could not reel the catch in. Jaden Say has struggled a little bit with drops, has the one passing touchdown for Niall Knutson in this game. Just could not reel that one in. It'll bring up now a 3rd down and 20.
Definitely a little bit of a different atmosphere tonight. It's probably been the coldest game we've had so far. It's a balmy 59 degrees out here. Throwing the ball is going to get a little bit tricky when it gets cold out, and that's what these high school students are starting to see.
Yeah, good point. Season is getting colder. This time, Jaden Say will reel it in. Will be short of the 1st down, though. Bring up a 4th down. We'll have to see what John Kitna wants here. Does look like they're going to trot out the punting unit. So a nice job from this Scyamore defense to capitalize off of the near fumble on the very first play to keep East from getting a first down. Gruber is out there to punt. Averages 31 yards per punt, has a long of 44. Gruber is going to run as far as he can, and a weird punt that time. It will take a favorable East bounce. Ref's going to mark it at around the 26-yard line. That punt looked like it went about 50 yards in the air.
A little bit of a weird punt there. Gruber definitely smart move to try and roll out and get away from the pressure. I almost thought he was going to go and try and fake it. I'm seeing him roll out here. He still has the ball up here, and he doesn't drop down to kick it until he's almost out of bounds.
Yeah, wanted a lot of time for the East punt unit to get down to the field to stop Scyamore from returning anything. That time waited forever, ended up just kicking it out of bounds. Not a terrible punt, but could have been better, as Ty Thomas is back out there. Their first drive of the second half. Branham will get the carry, has got a bulk of the carries in this game, and will push it for maybe about a yard. This East D-line has been all over him tonight.
Definitely. This running game has been Sycamore's only hope so far, and even with how they're playing, that's not a very good hope to be relying on. This 31-0 does feel a lot bigger than it looks like, even though it is a pretty large deficit. They haven't been able to get a whole lot of anything. Even with a stop like that they just got on East, they want to have a little bit more confidence coming into their first drive here of the second half, and they're just going to try their best to keep the ball moving.
Well, the defense finally got a stop for him as Branham gets the carry again, runs into the backside of his own right guard, and dropped down by Beckett Bush. It'll be a gain of nothing. Just barely got to the line of scrimmage, brings up down a 3rd and 9.
We've been seeing a whole lot of both Beckett Bush and Cole Miranda living in the backfield here, being able to stop the run themselves. Both of these guys not necessarily tasked with getting up and stopping the run, but they've been doing so anyways. Both of these veteran players on East's defense showing that they can do whatever needs to be done to make sure Scyamore can't go anywhere.
3rd down and long now for Ty Thomas. He's got DeMonta Burton in the backfield with him. Fakes the give to him and goes across the middle, almost picked off. Cole Miranda was right there. But still an incomplete pass for Scyamore, and they will trot out the punt unit. So another nice stop from this East defense.
A lot of reasons this passing game hasn't been working. Like I mentioned, the cold is a little bit of a factor, but even then, they should have been practicing and being ready for some of these things, because weather factor can't really hit you that hard. A lot of it's just been that Ty Thomas has been on a lot of pressure this entire game so far.
The punt is away from Bond. It is a high one. Braxton Thurman just points it out of bounds. And again, Scyamore can't punt it out of their own territory. East will take over in Scyamore. Not quite sure why my mic cut out there. But it will be East football at the 50-yard line. So I take it back. They do get it past the 50.
Just barely.
Knutson's out there. Ryder Hooks in the backfield. Wouldn't be shocked for them to go right back to him. Incredible first half. Here we go. Ryder Hooks up the side, trying to break as many tackles as he can. Still stays on his feet. Spins out of a tackle. Oh, my goodness. Ryder Hooks gets pushed out of bounds. Man, he just will not go down.
Ryder Hooks crazy when he gets the ball in his hands. He's shown out to be a whole lot more of a strong runner now than we thought. I always saw Ryder Hooks as more of a shifty guy that's moving around and avoiding tackles, much less breaking them. But so far tonight, we've been seeing a whole lot of Ryder Hooks fighting really hard for these yards, and it's been working out for him very nicely.
Man, he just does not stop. Fakes the give to August now. Fires out to Christopher Stowe. His first catch of the season. Pushes it to the 15-yard line. A nice catch for the junior backup tight end. The starting tight end, P.J. McFarland, daps him up as East will move the chains again.
East's definitely diversifying the ball tonight here. Like you said, Christopher Stowe getting the ball for the first time this season, getting a good couple bits of yardage out of it, managing the ability to fight for some yards, push through a tackle, and try and get East into very far into the red zone here. 1st and 10.
Knutson back there. They'll give it to McWilliams, who throws it to the back of the end zone, and definitely pass interference on Scyamore. P.J. McFarland got horse collared down in the back of the end zone. That will push the ball 15 yards in East's favor. They might go half the distance to the goal. We'll have to see the call, but definitely some early contact.
Definitely. That was a nice little trick play from Knutson to McWilliams. McWilliams not been out here very often. I believe that might be one of his first plays so far this season. He was the backup behind Niall last year when he was injured on the freshman team. Held them and was able to carry the team pretty well for the rest of the season. Has had pretty limited starts so far and has been pretty much riding the bench behind A.J. Skoog and Niall Knutson.
Well, you saw them do it last week where they threw a screen pass out to A.J. Skoog, who then threw it downfield. Both of those did not really connect. Knutson has to fall on his fumbled snap. It's going to be a loss. Definitely some problems with the snap in these nippy conditions. Hands not quite warm. Fingers couldn't quite get on the ball that time. It'll back East up. 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line.
Definitely what you mean with the weather here. Get a little bit more wind out here tonight too. I'm not sure if it's just us up here at the top of the stands if we're feeling it as much as they are on the field, but it's definitely going to impact them, and assuming they get in the end zone here, that will affect the point afterwards.
Knutson now sends Ryder Hooks out to the receiver spot. Gonna throw a fade ball to P.J. McFarland. Really nice coverage that time from Scyamore. That is Quinn Everhart in coverage. Oh no, Rafa Tempfley in coverage that time. One of the bigger corners on this Scyamore team. They love throwing those fade balls to P.J. McFarland when they get down to the red zone. Not quite high enough for him to reel in. It'll be a 3rd down and 4.
Definitely not a sentence you hear very often. Too high for P.J. McFarland.
Too low, and again a bobbled snap, and Scyamore recovers it. So no points so far in the 2nd half for East. Knutson has not been able to field these snaps cleanly, and Ty Thomas and Scyamore will take over.
Even though it's a rough snap, something Knutson has had to be dealing with since he got up on varsity, it has been a reoccurring problem, but bringing Ty Thompson and the Scyamore offense back out, they are deep in their own side of the field once again, and they're going to have to fight hard to get even back onto the east side of the field. It's going to be a battle for sure.
Well, they've gotten accustomed to this in this game, backed up in their own territory. Branham will get the carry. Finds a hole up the middle. Scyamore finally gets something going on the ground. It'll be a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down for Scyamore.
Hoping Scyamore doesn't run Brenham here into the ground here. If you do that too much, you're going to have a guy who, running out of stamina, leave.
That will be the end of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 4th quarter coming up when we come back.
Thunderhawk fans, Weston Glass and Madeline Scheiper here, bringing you all the action from the Lakota East Athletics. We've got a lot to cover. Big wins, heart-pounding plays, and what to watch as the playoffs approach. Let's dive in. First in, Friday night's Gridiron Showdown, Lakota East versus Middletown. The Thunderhawks struggled to get the offense going, falling 27-6 to the Middies. With the loss, the Hawks advanced to 4-3 on the season. Defensively,
We welcome you back. Sycamore High School, start of the fourth quarter. Your score 31-0, Lakota East. As Thomas will take the snap. Nobody really looked ready on Sycamore's offense for that play. He'll take it for as much as he can get. Picks up about 1 yard. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 now. Really weird play that time from Sycamore.
Definitely a little bit confusion. Looks almost like they got rushed into this fourth quarter here. It's only 8:37. This game isn't going slow for sure, but it has been a very, very unproductive night for Sycamore, and they're just trying to get whatever they can take here. Start of the fourth.
Well, Thomas will give it to Branham again, who tries to find a hole, tries to push for the first down. It looks like he will get it.
Branham with the carry. First down, Aviators.
So Branham has been taking a lot of the workload tonight, and he has not shied away from forcing contact, getting low, getting as much as he can on display that time as he picks up the first down.
You definitely love to see a good physical running back. Something that we're starting to see almost a little bit less of in high school now. Guys that would rather spin away or go out of bounds and try and shy away from contact as much as they can. But we have not been seeing anything like that so far here. It's been a lot of contact by both sides of the ball here. A lot of big hits and a lot of stops from these defenses.
Ty Thomas tries to throw it over the middle field, and nothing doing there. Cole Miranda gets in there on the deflection.
Intended for number 8, Tommy Hawk.
Trying to look for number 8, Tommy Hawk, who has struggled in the first half, and his struggles continue in the second half.
Starting to see a couple new faces out here on defense. Looking out back, number 39, Chris Smith, sophomore, getting out here for the first time tonight.
See Simeon Ray out there as well. Some of these backups coming in, and Toda stands Branham up right where he got the handoff. An immediate tackle for loss for number 95.
Backup defense here, or at least the partial backup defense, showing Sycamore how it's done here. Pushing Sycamore back, 2nd and 10 with 9 minutes in the fourth. They've had the ball for 2 minutes already, showing that things are going to be moving slow for the rest of the night. It's going to be a very strong defensive show by Lakota East.
See Caleb Griffin and Chris Smith slide into those safety spots. Griffin actually goes down to linebacker now. Thomas will take the snap. He's going to roll out right. Another screen pass out to Branham. You saw them do this in the first half. Branham's trying to find a lane up the sideline, tackled out of bounds from Cole Miranda. It'll be a nice play from Sycamore. It's about the only play they've been calling that's worked here in this game. Branham will take it for a nice gain, though. First down, Sycamore.
Sycamore is really happy to get a first down here. They've been stuck, not really being able to get much almost at all tonight, but getting movement on the field is definitely what you love to see, and they are excited to be moving, getting a lot closer to Lakota East's half. Hoping to get some productivity here in the fourth.
Thomas to Branham, who makes a nice cut but stopped in his tracks by Dawson Reap.
Branham with the carry, tackled by number 6.
Definitely a good tackle, good stop by Dawson Reap. It's great to see that we have some of our senior guys still being able to maintain playing time here. Seeing here at the end of the game, 31-0. You would think you're going to take some of your backups, or sorry, take some of your backups into the game, bring your starters out, and I believe that's what they've fully done here. Only starters I can see on the field are sophomores Cody Doyle and Dalton Cheney.
A lot of backups in, just 7 minutes left in this game. That time I give to Biggs, or Suggs, Thomas Suggs. Pick up a nice gain, tackled by Dalton Cheney.
Third and short for the Aviators.
Carter Fosnoff, Cody Doyle will sub in now for this 3rd down and 1. Most of the backups will stay in, but you want to use Carter Fosnoff, that huge frame, strong body, to try and stuff anything up the middle. 4 down linemen for East. They'll go right up the middle to Suggs again, who will get just enough, maybe. A lot of fighting. The ball might have come out.
Fumble on the play.
We'll see what the refs say. Who has the football? It is going to be 4th down, though. Suggs was stopped short. Carter Fosnoff in there, or no, they will signal a 1st down. So a little mixed signals there from the referees, but it will be a 1st down for the Aviators.
Definitely looked like East was saying they had the ball there. Very close one. A lot of big guys coming in to try and fight for that. A little hard to tell. I'm not quite sure, but we will end up with the Aviators 1st down. They are into East territory. Seems almost like one of the first times tonight, but simply because Scyamore has nothing to show for the offensive fight that they've been trying to put up so far.
Thomas will hand it to Suggs. Breaks a tackle from Simeon Ray.
Thomas Suggs with the carry.
Chased down by Jaden Boyd, the junior linebacker. But another nice run for Scyamore as they get closer to scoring their 1st points of the ball game on these East backups.
This is almost a little bit of what we saw last week against Coleraine. East was dominating the entire game besides one touchdown that just kind of slipped right past them. Their backups came in, and then the Coleraine Cardinals got themselves two touchdowns, make their final score 24. But trying to hope that the backups can maintain the ability to keep Scyamore at 0 right now.
It would be East's 1st shutout of the season. Didn't have a single shutout last year, as Suggs took that one for just about 3. So if anything else, this Scyamore team has done a really good job at keeping East's offense off the field. They've capitalized on some East mistakes. Now Knutsen's turnover in the red zone. So they've done a good job at controlling clock when they can and making sure Ryder Hooks gets the least amount of carries possible. Either way, does not seem like it matter as Suggs will take it for a 1st down.
Suggs with the carry.
So they will push it inside the 15-yard line. The Scyamore team is finally getting stuff going on the ground.
Scyamore is now moving the ball more than we've seen the rest of this game, and I don't know if that's going to be favor of a guy like Suggs being able to get the ball and get a good run out of it, or if this is just because we have East backups in. It could be a bit of both. Scyamore definitely not a team full of talent. They are going into what could hopefully be a rebuild within these next couple years. As of right now, they have a couple of good players, but other than that, they're fighting to get by. They're just trying to show that they are capable of staying where they are, even if that is being at the bottom of the GMC. Because at the end of the day, they're still a Division I football team in high school, which doesn't mean a whole lot when you're completely winless in week 9. But they're trying their best, and you can see that they're still trying to keep a fight in them.
Well, it's hard to win in the GMC. Very prestigious conference, really across all sports. Scyamore does very well in other sports. Football just has not gone their way for them these past 2 years, as Suggs will not get anything. Hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
Suggs with the carry.
Dalton Cheney and Toto were in there on the tackle. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Dalton Cheney's been doing a great job so far. Even if he's not going to be the #1 guy this year, He will definitely be one of the go-to linebackers in his junior year, with both Carson Schroyer and Dawson Reap being seniors this year.
Suggs tries to push forward. Will pick up a couple, gain of about 5. Jeremiah White in there.
Definitely nice to see that this Lakota East goal line defense is still as strong with their backups as with their starting guys. We're able to maintain some quality of defense here. I believe Carter Fosnov is still out there with some of these backup guys, but it's good to see a lot of this sophomore talent getting out on the field.
Suggs takes it up the right side, tackled down hard. A really nice tackle from Luke Shatsky, the junior defensive back. It'll bring up a 4th down and 5. Scyamore most likely will elect to stay out there. No point in kicking a field goal at this stage in the ball game. Time is ticking away. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left and counting. Suggs gets the play, or no, Thomas gets the play from his coach. This Scyamore's last chance to score. Held scoreless last week. We'll have to see if they can pick up the 1st down.
East defense can be trying their best if they get
Thomas fakes the give to Suggs, chased by Carter Fosnov, and picked off! It's Jaden Boyd! Jaden Boyd down the field. Thomas stumbles. Jaden Boyd to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Pick 6 for Jaden Boyd.
Jaden Boyd not getting any starting time until tonight. Gets the pick 6 on their own 10-yard line and takes it all the way. Ty Thomas was the only hope of stopping him, and he does not get there. That will bring Lakota East up to 37, soon to be 38, as they bring out, I believe that's actually Bailey Bacher out to kick the extra point.
So Bailey Bacher will get a 2nd attempt at a kick. Her first field goal, a very long one, could not quite connect. With running clock already as East is up by over 30 points, 35 points. Minute and 10 seconds left and counting. East just burning as much as they can right now, as Bailey Bacher will be out there to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, and kick, and it is up and good. The bad hold does not matter. Bailey Bacher puts it through. Her first extra point of the season, and East goes up 38-0 with 45 seconds left.
This has been a beautiful last couple minutes of football. Back up Jaden Boyd getting the pick 6, and then seeing Bailey Bacher come out and kick the extra point beautifully. That's just inspiring.
So time is still ticking away, I believe, as running clock will force that to happen. East is just kind of lining up to shake hands. And yes, that will be the end of the game. So your final score here in Scyamore High School, 38-0. A lot of East backups got some opportunities. East offense flourished, and the defense honestly played even better, forcing a lot of turnovers. 2 pick 6s for the team, 1 from Ryder Hooks, the last one from Jaden Boyd. We want to thank you all for watching so much. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really makes us keep doing these streams, gives us motivation to keep going. Thank you for watching at home. I want to thank our athletic boosters alongside of Butler Tech, giving this money and equipment to us to make these streams happen. Your final score, 38-0 Lakota East. We hope to hear from you next week. The game against West will be streamed by Lakota West Student Broadcasting, so you'll have to tune in there. I will be up in the booth. Me, Beck Lucas, and Ethan Lennon will be on the field